Hi everyone, Gary Lamassa here. Thanks for watching this introductory video on UNUM's Day-0 automation capabilities. UNUM incorporates two types of automation to accelerate deployment times. The first leverages the Open Network Install Environment, or ONE, to install the Pluribus NetVisor 1 Network OS onto bare metal switches. This is a parallel operation where 2, 4, 6, or more switches will get their configuration files and information from a DHCP server embedded in UNUM. If UNUM has access to the web, it can download and store NVOS installer files directly from the Pluribus Network Cloud web portal. If not, an offline provisioning capability is included that allows admins to upload the installer file into UNUM from a local machine. The second type of automation is fabric deployment. Using a series of pre-built playbooks, customers can set up and automatically configure leaf spine fabrics using Layer 2, Layer 3, VRRP routing, BGP, or OSPF. In a typical top-of-rack deployment, you can connect to either Pluribus spines or attach to existing third-party spines as well. Here I'm adding a leaf switch named Leaf1 with an IP address of 10.37.2016. The MAC address is needed so the DHCP server in UNUM can pass the installer file to the switch. I've also picked the only installer file I want to use at the top, as well as the activation key for licensing from the drop-down field on the right. Lastly, I called out that this is going to be a leaf switch. I can tell that the install process has begun by the status indicator next to the switch, currently showing a little spinner. Again, this is a parallel process. Doing multiple switches simultaneously can save quite a bit of time. When the process is complete, the status indicator turns green. Leaf 1 is now ready to be added to a fabric. When deploying a fabric with UNUM, first I need to set up the basic configuration, deploy the adaptive cloud fabric, and allow UNUM to discover the fabric connections. I've entered some essential information, such as a fabric name and password, the switches to be used and their management IPs, as well as a subnet and a gateway. Now we can see operations occurring on each of the switches in the topology window, such as the end-user license agreement being accepted, and the fabric being created. And here we can see that the initial fabric setup is completed and the various switch connections have been discovered. Once the basic fabric setup is complete, I can tailor the fabric to a customer's preferences by selecting from a series of 6 playbooks. The playbooks cover Layer 2 and Layer 3 networks, including protocols such as VRRP, BGP, and OSPF, and allow for both third-party spines for brownfield deployments or Pluribus spines for greenfield. Here, UNUM does the work of configuring that network for you by creating the trunks and aggregation groups between switches, creating routers and switch clusters, saving time and reducing errors versus doing things with a CLI. Here I'll pick the playbook for a simple Layer 2 network with routing between the spines to simulate a basic rack environment. I've also added a VLAN 10 as well as VRRP to route out of the VLAN. We could easily add more here, and we have the option of using UNUM to configure VLANs and other network characteristics after the fabric is configured. Since this is typically a Day 2 activity, it's really outside the scope of the video. And finished. With our 4-switch Layer 2 fabric, you can expect the fabric automation build time to be about 10 minutes, give or take, depending on the fabric configuration. For more videos and helpful information, please join us at the resources section of pluribusnetworks.com. The QR code on the right will take you there. Thanks for watching.